What is up, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 build video. Now in this build video, I wanted to put out a DZ build that's going to have you off the radar. That way, if you do get something good in the DZ, you'll be able to, if it's a good DZ and you're with a team, you can extract it out. But if not, you want to quickly get to a checkpoint or the safe house. This is going to allow you to stay off the radar. No one's going to be able to pulse you. But if you do run into rogue agents, you still have plenty of damage to hold your own. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So one thing I did not mention is you're going to be pulse resistant and you're going to have 80% hazard protection, but you're also going to be able to choose one status to be completely immune from. And the one that I chose is the disrupt resistance, because what that's going to do is if you do happen to get in PvP with someone, their jammer is going to be useless, their EMP sticky is going to be useless, because you will be 100% immune to being disrupted. And that's one thing I notice a lot in PvP. The first thing they do is hit their jammer to take away your defender drone, your shield, whatever skill that you have. So I definitely wanted to get immunity to that. So we'll go over the pieces. We have two pieces of y'all gear. And what this is going to do with the Ninja Bike, it's going to unlock an extra brand set bonus. So we have all three brand sets unlocked, and that is plus 10% hazard protection, plus 5% weapon damage, and plus 40% pulse resistance. Now this mask is rolled with max weapon damage, hazard protection, crit damage with a 9.7% pulse resistance mod. So if you have a 10% pulse resistance mod, then that's perfect. You're 100% immune from pulse. I don't have that. I have 9.7, but honestly, with 9.7% pulse resistance, even if they do pulse you, you're going to be pulsed for literally less than half of a second. Like, you're not going to be pulsed long at all. Even if they have the laser pointer from the technician specialization, when they aim their gun at you, again, not even half of a second and the pulse will be gone. So their spotter builds, the only way they could continuously pulse you is if they keep taking their gun off of you and putting it back on you, and we know that's not going to happen. So again, spotter builds, flatline builds, completely useless against you. And then the chest piece, roll to max armor, hazard protection, crit chance with a 10% disrupt resistance mod, unbreakable. We'll toggle it to the PvP. When your armor is depleted, repair 50% of your armor. Cooldown is 60 seconds. Then we do have the Picaro's holster. Now, I did have two pieces of, the Uzaina Getica, I believe it's called. Yes. I did have two pieces of this, which gave us plus 5% total armor, 10% armor on kill, 10% hazard protection. And I had got it for that hazard protection because on everything would have had us at 90%, and then we could have had two different statuses at 100%. The reason I went away from it is because I just didn't feel, going against the rogue agents, for me, it just took too long to take them out. And so I'm like, you know what? I just want to make sure this build has enough damage on it that people feel comfortable going against players if they have to. So I went ahead with the Fox's Prayers and the Picaro's holster just to give us more damage. And also with the Picaro's holster, the Brazil set is giving us an extra skill tier, which definitely comes in handy with your defender drone. So this one is rolled max armor, hazard protection, and the 15% weapon damage that you get from this name holster. And the expertise is plus 11% armor, which is the same on the mask as well. And like I said, the two brand set bonuses, plus 10% skill haste and one skill tier. Then the Fox's Prayer, max armor, damage to target out of cover, and hazard protection. Two brand set bonuses, plus 10% rifle damage and plus 20% accuracy, which does come in handy with SMGs. So while there's not a whole lot of crit on this build, we definitely make up for it with, the damage we're dealing out. Then we have one piece of Seska, the 2 brand set bonuses, plus 10% crit chance, plus 10% hazard protection. Road with max weapon damage, crit damage, and hazard protection. Then the Ninja Bike backpack comes with the 3 core attributes, max weapon damage, armor, and a scaled tear with plus 12% on the armor expertise, and with a 10% disrupt resistance mod. Now the talent is resourceful, which is allowing us to get the extra brand set bonuses on these pieces. Slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set's bonus. Can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. Now the skills that we are using, the Defender Drone, this is at skill tier 2, gives us plus 140% health, plus 10% damage reduction, and coupled with the expertise plus 15% damage reduction, we are at 36.1% damage reduction against the NPCs and 18.1% damage reduction against rogue agents. The mods we have: 7.2% duration, 9.7 health, 5.4% damage reduction. And of course the shield, this is mainly for the NPCs for more survivability. It can be used against players, but just be mindful that when the shield is broken, you will briefly be disoriented. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, if you want to try to be more under the radar, you can always put a decoy here. But sometimes when you're in the landmarks, especially if at the moment you're solo, but hopefully when you get in the DT, like I've said, you will definitely find players to team up with because there is a lot of PvE players in there. But if you are by yourself doing landmarks, the enemies can surround you. Like the mechanics that the enemies have is to always get behind you. So that's what they try to do, is attempt to surround you, and it can be a sticky situation sometimes. That's why I opted for the shield, to at least eliminate, the enemies in front of you. Plus you got some armor on kill on this build as well, which is going to help out. But this is a tier 6 because it does take the blue attributes into consideration for your skill tier. Plus 60% active regen, plus 250% shield health, and plus 40% holstered regen. The 3 mods, I have 2 4.9% shield health mods and a 5% holstered regen mod. And the guns that I opted to use, I do have the apartment and the Lady Death. Now you use whatever guns that you are more comfortable with. I've always said the apartment is my favorite gun to use when I'm using SMGs. And the Lady Death definitely comes in handy, especially when you're going against rogue agents. This is the main reason I have the Lady Death, is for, if someone goes rogue, I could pull out the Lady Death. It doesn't take much of anything to charge it. As you can see with the Lady Death, breathe free. When moving, gain 4 stacks per second or 8 stacks if sprinting, up to 32 stacks total. Each round fired consumes a stack, amplifying damage by 75%. For PvP, we can see it's 60%. Kills grant plus 20% movement speed for 10 seconds. So you bring this out, you can get those stacks easily. And then, with the rogue agents, put those 32 stacks in them. What I do is I put the 32 stacks in them. If normally what that does is take away their unbreakable, because most of the people in the DZ is running unbreakable. If it doesn't, then they're just dead. But usually that's what it does. Then I switch back to the apartment and finish the job. You can see it's all max rolls. This one is plus 17% with the weapon damage from the expertise, and then a max SMG damage, crit chance, and a damage to armor. And then with the apartment, 14% weapon damage for the expertise roll. And this is rolled max SMG damage, crit chance, damage to target out of cover, and of course perfectly measured. The top half of the magazine has 20% rate of fire and minus 27% weapon damage. The bottom half of the magazine has minus 20% rate of fire and 33% total weapon damage. Alright, so we will go over the specialization. We do have Gunner, so the grenade it gives us is a riot foam grenade, which ensnares your enemies. Also, killing enemies grants 10% armor. Every third reload is 50% faster. Armor kits repair 100% armor and grant 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Of course, a Banshee Pulse if you choose to use that. Generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Party members recover 5%. 10% weapon handling while not moving, need to be motionless for 1 second. Plus 50% pulse resistance. Rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. Something else that definitely comes in handy. And again, make sure that your weapon of choice is unlocked on the tree for that 15% extra damage. We can go ahead and take a look at the stats, see what we're working with. So we are at 52. Again, we don't have a whole lot of crit on this build. When you try to gear stuff towards pulse and hazard, you're just not gonna have a lot of crit. That's kind of why I went with SMGs, because you get that extra crit chance on the SMGs. So this one we have 52% crit chance, 69% crit damage, 70% headshot damage, and with the Lady Death, 47 crit chance, 74 crit damage, 70 headshot damage, and 6% armor damage. And we can also take a look. So we're at a true 1.5 million for our armor. There are some pieces that do not have expertise on it, so you can actually get that armor up even higher if you so choose. And then we are 99.7% pulse resistance. Hopefully you guys have a max pulse resistant mod and it will get you at that 100%. Now, the hazard protection does say 70%. It is actually 80%. From my understanding, and you can see the disrupt resistance is 90. It's actually 100. So from my understanding is that this is a visual glitch, right? So we can take a look at our stuff real fast. So on our gear pieces, we have 10% rolls on these 5 pieces. That's 50%. And then of course, brand set bonus on y'all gear, another 10%. Brand set bonus on the gloves, another 10%. So that is 70%. Then of course on our watch we have another 10% hazard protection, so that does make 80%. Then with our 10% disrupt resistance mod, makes us 100% immune from being disrupted. And of course every other hazard is 80%. So hopefully it is true what they say, that it is just a visual glitch and it's not actually affecting us in the game. But from my gameplay experience, from testing the build, it held up like it's supposed to. So that is the build. I hope you guys give this a try. If you do, let us know in the comments how you are running it. I know all the builds that I put out is always just templates for you guys to tweak to however fits your play style. So definitely let us know what you're doing with it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead with some gameplay, but I'm gonna do a little something different. I'm gonna stay with you guys and we're gonna go over this gameplay together, because I wanted to show you that while the build is meant for staying off the radar and just basically being a ghost of the DZ, you can hold your own in PvP. So you can see in a 1v1, it's pretty much a wrap. Like, I take this dude out, but obviously his buddy is shooting me in the back as well. And it's tough when you have 2 guns on you. Again, I get this guy on the right side of the truck by himself. 1v1, it's a wrap. But yeah, he has a buddy with him. But like I said, when you go into DZ, you're going to find players that you can play with. And I hooked up with these guys. And when you have a 4-man team, you're pretty much good. Now these guys, we did end up going rogue on them because we were just getting tired of them roguing us. So we were like, let's just turn the tables on them. So we went rogue on these guys, and you can see, this is why I say I would, especially for solo PvE players, go into the DZ. You will find here I get ensnared. What was that for, like 1 second? I was ensnared there. But yeah, you can find players to play with in the DZ, I promise you. There are a lot of people trying to get those raid exotics. And I can almost guarantee you're going to get someone to send you an invite. Now, anytime you can gain an advantage on someone, like this guy went rogue in front of me. then you definitely want to take that advantage. And again, 1v1, this build definitely holds its own. And then you can see this guy, he's just waiting. He's at an extraction waiting for someone to go to the rope so that he can ambush him. And, you know, again, going undetected, he didn't even see me coming. Took him out pretty easily. So yeah, and then this is just some gameplay with the NPCs. And if you guys didn't know, the NPCs in the DZ, they're set more towards the your challenging map. So you should have absolutely no problem taking NPCs out at all in this with this build. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and let the gameplay finish out. Again, if you guys are running it in a different way, let us know in the comments. We would love to hear it. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing good, staying safe out there. And as always, my friends on YouTube, take it easy.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
You're dead.